Part 44. Sometimes life can be distressing, as if we have to take the weight of the world off our shoulders. In this part of the series, we will learn why it's sometimes good to carry weight on our shoulders. This technique is used to hold someone or more. More meaning their arm is locked in a very vulnerable position. One can hold them, but do more if required. A person could also place them on the ground or do something else by incorporating other movements in the series. As he punches, I raise my right arm and step to the side. Here you can see my hand about to catch his wrist as my other arm rises. I hold onto his wrist as I lift my arm under his. I now turn around, facing away from him as I twist his arm and catch it with my left hand. His elbow is locked in place on my shoulder. This movement seems simple enough to do, but it wouldn't be wise to make that mistake. It could be devastating if a person gets this wrong. There are some things to be aware of, which will lighten the load when learning and understanding this technique. Let's look at this again in more detail. As he stands in front of me, I'm not sure what he will do, so I stay calm and neutral until now. I see his shoulder wind back, but still, I'm calm. The reason I have not reacted yet is because of the space. Even though it's likely that he will attack with his right arm, it's very possible he could feint and jab using his left fist. At this point, I know that he will hit using his right arm. This is because of the reaction of the left arm, so I respond by using my right arm. I step to the side once the commitment has been placed by him. I catch his wrist from above as my left arm goes into action. If it is not caught from above, this technique cannot be done correctly. It will leave us in grave danger. My left hand can catch his left arm if required, as shown in part 22. I guide his arm to the necessary position and immediately raise my arm under his. At this point, I am in control of his arm. If I quickly turn to face this bush, his arm will snap. I twist his arm along with his own momentum as I place my left arm on top of his. I twist his arm to face upwards. I also turn my body to face away from him. Within this motion, the attacker's arm must be placed on the shoulder and leverage must be applied to the elbow at the correct pressure to hold. Their elbow must be in front of the shoulder and their feet should be on their toes. This movement will make it easy to get them in this position. Turning my hand makes it easy for me to control him. A person can be held like this for a while, or it could be used to apply a different technique. There are a few things to know. If I had not caught his punch in time or missed the punch, I would expect him to hit me again towards the head or torso with his left arm. That's why my hand is here. If I didn't twist his arm to face upwards in time, or in the correct way, then his elbow would have collided with my head as his momentum continued to travel towards me. If his feet were not on his toes, then he could escape and I would have been in danger. When investigating such techniques, we should look at what's obvious to our eyes, but particular effort should be placed on the things we don't see. Careful consideration and outcomes must be evaluated before being comfortable doing this in such an emergency, or it will end in unfortunate disaster. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and if you know someone that can find this useful, please share it with them. Until next time, the struggles of life can sometimes feel as if we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. By thinking clearly with positivity in mind, we can avoid these obstructive thoughts.